All right. Time to get started. This webinar is being recorded. Hello and welcome to our webinar, IRA Strategy, an Advanced Guide to Retirement Planning and Private Banking. This webinar, as always, is part of Northwest's Financial Wellness Series. My name is Denise Kitchen, and I'm one of the relationship managers of the Retail Sales and Service Department. Our department manages the partnerships that the credit union has with outside organizations so that they can then offer credit union membership as part of their benefits package to their employees, members, and volunteers. And this program is absolutely free. First off, again, thank you so much for your interest in our webinar today. Secondly, I'd like to go over some housekeeping items. Everyone is muted due to the number of participants, and we ask that you hold your questions until the end of the presentation and then ask them via the chat feature, if that works today. It didn't work last time, so we might have to answer all the questions in the Q&A session or in the Q&A part. You can use your reactions button, which is also at the bottom of your screen, and tell us how we're doing throughout the presentation. Also, we will be raffling off a $25 Visa gift card after our Q&A session at the end, so please make sure that you stay tuned. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Joanna Wilbur, our IRA Trust and Estate Account Manager, and Chris Greenhill, our Private Relationship Manager. And Joanna will start us out today. So Joanna, if you could go ahead and take us away.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us this afternoon on this blustery March day. We are definitely in like a lion right now. So let's start off with what we're going to talk about today are strategies to look at the new way that the laws have changed for IRAs. As you may recall, last year, the rules, some of the rules changed for IRAs, and also the year before, some of the rules also changed. So just to remind you all, today we have, Chris, he's our private banker. He knows all about some of the market instruments and that sort of thing. And I'm the one who has all the compliance knowledge and also how IRAs work here at the credit union as a whole. So the Secure Act 2.2, because we had Secure Act 2.0 in 2020 that came on board. Secure Act 2.2, one of the main things that it did was it changed the required minimum distribution age from 72 up to 73. The desire is that as time goes on, they're going to make it up to age 75, and I believe that will happen in the year 2030, I do believe, but it's going to go up over time. Also, the age limits for traditional IRA contributions, that's gone. That's history. So as long as you are working or you are married and filing jointly to a spouse who does work, you can continue to make contributions into an IRA, whether it be traditional or Roth, doesn't matter. The other big thing is that inherited IRAs, if you are a non-spousal beneficiary, you must empty out that IRA within 10 years after the owner's death. So what that means is if I give my funds, my IRA funds, or any retirement account, actually it's 401k plans also, and TSPs. If I make my beneficiary my sister or a niece or nephew or a friend, that person has to empty out that IRA within 10 years after my death. They don't have to do it like, the old beneficiary designation, which was you take a certain amount of money over the period of time of that decedent or over that beneficiary's life. That's gone. Now it's 10 years. So I can either do one of two things. I can take out, a tenth of the balance every year over 10 years. I can take nothing out and take it all out after on the 10th year. I can take some money out 5 years, wait, and then take out some more money. What the IRS cares about is that money out of there by the time that you turn that time occurred 10 years after death. Now, if I'm a spousal beneficiary, I have the option of deciding I'll take it out in 10 years, or I can take that IRA I still have the ability to take that IRA and treat it as my own and take funds out over my own life expectancy. So that means that, let's say my spouse dies and my spouse was age 65 and I am 50, I might not want to take those funds out right away. Or maybe I do need that money. And what would make more sense would be for me to, instead of treating that IRA as my own, is to take it out over the 10 years. Why? Because I'm under age 59 and a half as a spouse. I might need that money. I still have to pay taxes on that money if it's a traditional IRA, but I don't have to pay the early withdrawal penalty because I'm not treating that IRA as my own. I'm treating it as a death benefit, and death is one of the reasons where you can get out of paying an early withdrawal penalty from an IRA. But if I treat that IRA as my own and say, take it over my life expectancy, then if I'm under age 59 and a half, then I have to pay the early withdrawal penalty. So once you have some ideas, we're going to try to give you some ideas about what to do now that you have these choices to make. You have to decide what you want to do, you know, in that 10-year period. That's really a big deal simply because, you know, you now have the fact that if you're a high earning individual and let's say your parents have left you their IRAs, you have to take that money out within 10 years. You don't have a choice. So we're going to talk about some ways that we may be able to mitigate some of that, some of the tax consequences from doing that. What you can do is that you might do a trust. You could have perhaps the beneficiary of your IRA be a trust. The trust might pay the taxes, whereas you don't have to pay the taxes instead. You can utilize insurance policies. If it's a traditional IRA, you could do Roth conversions. Remember that when you do a Roth conversion, you have to pay the taxes on that money in the year that you do that conversion. You can also change types of beneficiaries. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that if there is more than a 10-year difference and you're a non-spousal beneficiary, you have to take it out within 10 years. But if you happen to be within that 10-year time frame and you're a non-spousal beneficiary, you can actually take it out over your life expectancy. So let's say, well, my sister is 6 years younger than I am. If I made her my beneficiary, she could still take those funds out over her life expectancy if that's what she wanted to do. So that's a pretty good thing. So it all depends, right? So if you have grandchildren, if you have children and they're more than 10 years younger than you are, they're not going to be able to get out of that without utilizing some of these other ideas with trusts or insurance policies or Roth conversions. So in order to win the game, we have options for you. Like I said, if you've inherited an IRA, we can hold an IRA here for you if you so desire. If you want to talk about other ways to structure that IRA once you've had those funds, you can speak with our our great private banker, Chris Greenhill Jr., and he is about to come up right now. So Chris, if you will take it away.
Yes, thank you so much, Joanna. And I appreciate making that introduction for me today. And basically what I want to talk about now is really the credit union difference, right? What's the difference between working with us here at Northwest versus working with another financial institution? So for those who aren't familiar with Northwest, what I would like to do is talk a little bit about, who we are and what we do. So we've been serving our members in communities for now over 75 years this past year, and we're headquartered right here in Herndon, Virginia, but we serve members all over the United States. We're the third largest credit union in Virginia and still growing. We currently help over 250,000 members with a little over 500 passionate employees, making it happen. Our goal is to be a lifetime financial partner. Whatever your reasons are for joining the credit union, might be that you're getting an auto loan, or maybe it's your first account, things of that nature. We want to be with you along the way. So when you work with a credit union, you're a member. So we're not a publicly traded institution. We certainly have our members' best interests in heart when we're making decisions and offering the services and products that we have. Okay. So I'm a private relationship manager here at Northwest. For those not familiar with private banking, I provide concierge banking services to my members. They call and email me with any questions they have, certain things that are going on in the economy, and they want to know, how are these things that's happening? How will this affect my plan? Or as life changes, we want to be able to adapt and adjust those plans as needed. So the private banking program is about taking the time to get to know you and your family and your finances and what your goals and challenges are. Okay. The way I work with my members is by starting with a discovery meeting. This is to understand really where you are and which you want to address while working with us, and some of the challenges perhaps that you've encountered in the past, or what you anticipate maybe encountering moving forward. Joanna just talked about this, a lot of laws that have been changing in terms of how retirement accounts are managed. So it's important to know how those things affect you. So I work with members to address both short and long-term objectives. So once your plan is in place, that's me and my team pretty much work with you to make sure that you're getting, the best advice. So, we know that life is forever changing dramatically at times, like getting married or divorce, kids moving out, back in, changing jobs and going to college, retirement, and it just goes on and on. So it's important not just know what's going on in the market, in the economy, but how those things are impacting you. So I'll help you best leverage what you have and what we offer and what we know to help you reach your goals. Most services at Northwest, there's no cost to participate in private banking, but there's a qualification for private banking. And that qualification is that you need to have at least $250,000 in deposits or in checking, savings, or certificates or IRAs here with us to be a member of private banking. If you'd like to know more about it or like to set up a meeting here with me so we can talk through how we can help you, please reach out to me. So you obviously are a person, that finds value in financial education and preparing yourself for the future. We offer free financial tools to all our members and community. Consumer debt right now is at record heights right now, coupled with the fact that rates are increasing. So it's important even more now than ever to know exactly how to effectively manage and understand credit. So one of the great tools that we offer here to our members is a service through our partner GreenPath that offers financial support, which gives you education and one-on-one advice with financial coaching at no cost, so that you can help better navigate how you manage credit moving forward, or maybe how to better manage credit that you already have. So financial literacy is a really big part of who we are. So we want to take the time to educate our community and companies and organizations on various topics, just like today. We are a credit union. We're people serving people. We don't just talk about supporting our community, we actually live out those values. So besides the testimony of our members, we've received recognition within the community, such as the 2022 Loudoun Chamber Community Leadership Award. We won the Intergage Top Workplace for the 3rd year in a row. Another way that we show our heart for the community is that we encourage volunteering by giving each of our employees 24 hours of volunteer time to go out in the community and support it. So we're definitely engaged with the people that we work with in a surrounding. We also support monetarily. We've donated over $100,000 to support our community through various organizations and nonprofits as well. So Northwest is also the leading sponsor for the Children's Science Center Museum. I don't know if you heard about that, but that is on the way. It's coming in the years ahead. So I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that, and you'll see us there as well. If you're not a member, this is a great opportunity to join us. There are many ways that you can become a member and take advantage of the services that we provide. We provide membership to our members and offer benefits like lower rates on loans, higher rates on checking or savings accounts and certificates, in addition to great service. So we try to give back to our members as we're doing business with them, obviously. So here's a link on how to become a member here at Northwest, nwfcu.org/membership. You can become a member online or by visiting one of our locations, or you can reach out to me and I can help you get started as well. I promise you it won't take long to set up. For all my visual learners out there, I said it was easy. You're only 5 steps away from joining. You just visit the website, you click on membership, apply online, select if you're new or if you're opening additional accounts here with us, and then you can select your eligibility to join. So most people want to know if it's with a credit union, well, how do I become a member? So there's basically 3 pathways to becoming a member here at Northwest. The company that you work for may be part of our select employer organization, our select employer program. So if you work for one of the companies that we associate with, you can join for free through that way. If your company is not, and you would like to, please reach out to us and we can see if we can make that happen as well. You can join on, if you have based on your relationship with an existing member here as well. Or you can join through one of our community partners to become a member. So as I stated, we give to our community through donations. One of the ways that we give back to our community or to our partners is you can become a member of those organizations by making a one-time donation of $10 into the account. And you become a member for life here at Northwest. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to contact us. So this is my team, and as it states here, we're here for you. My team works directly with companies to bring banking outside of our walls and make our services available to you. We talk a lot about retirement and the different strategies that you can implement, but it's so much more that we can go and dive into. But we want to obviously address your specific situations and questions one-on-one as well. So we also cover a diverse range of financial topics, from purchasing a home, buying a car, managing debt, or even into life planning. So while we mostly are still doing virtual webinars right now, we're hoping to eventually transition to offering more in-person opportunities as well. Okay, so I certainly thank you all for your time. I'm going to turn this back over to Denise now to wrap us up.
We were quick today, guys. This is awesome. All right, now it is time for our Q&A session, and we did get one email to us. And I will just preface this by saying that what we're talking about today, folks, are credit union IRAs. So we're not talking about investment IRAs. So there is a difference, right? This question that we did get was about an investment IRA, but Chris is very knowledgeable when it comes to those. So I will pose the question to him. So Chris, the question was, what are the pros and cons of investing in a limited, flexible, premium deferred, fixed indexed annuity? That's a lot of words.
Wow. So while I'm familiar with that, with those types of products and services, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. So I am not licensed to discuss the differences of those two. But I can get you any and all the information that you need. If you want to reach out to me, my contact number is there, and I can make sure that you get all the comparative analysis that you need to see the pros and cons and see what steps what makes the most sense for you moving forward as well. So I hope that so even though I couldn't answer that question directly, I do want to make sure I can get that question answered for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, and guys, I forgot to tell you where to pose the question. So there is a Q&A feature on the bottom of your screen that if you open that up, you can type in your question there and we will be more than happy to read them and then answer them live. We have a question from Carol. How can I convert my TSP IRA to a TSP Roth?
So if you want to convert your TSP, you have to do it with the TSP. Okay. And remember that when you do that, that's a taxable event. Just know that you're going to be paying those taxes in the year that you do that conversion. So you may want to either do incremental conversions, may want to, depending upon the dollar figure that we're looking at. I mean, if you're converting over $150,000 or $50,000, that's a big chunk of change to pay taxes on in 1 year. But the way that you would do that is you contact the TSP, and they have all the paperwork that you need there in order to do that conversion. Now, the other question may be, can you take some of your regular TSP money and put that into a Roth IRA, at another institution, preferably here, of course? The answer to that is yes, you may do so. That is a taxable event. That's not a 401k plan, or rather a TSP Roth. It is a Roth IRA, it's a conversion, and it is an IRA subject to the rules and the regs if you want to make more contributions into that Roth IRA as time goes on.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joanna. Next question. What is the difference it's a good one, between a credit union IRA and an investment IRA?
Money, 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 money. So we do not charge fees. That is the main difference. And also, of course, our investment options are extraordinarily different. Credit unions are savings vehicles. Okay, so we are here to help our members save. We are here to loan out money to our members at reasonable rates. Okay, we are nonprofit. All right, we put the non in nonprofit. That's what we do. Okay, an investment IRA is you can utilize stocks, bonds, mutual funds, certificates of deposit, treasuries, anything you want, anything under the sea, okay, under the sky. However, you pay for that privilege. You are at Merrill Lynch, you're at TD Ameritrade, you're at any other brokerage house, and they're going to charge you to do those trades. That's the way it works. So there's a fee for that. And also, once again, credit union instruments, insured, no loss, because if you get 4%, it's 4% coming and going, right? If you put money into stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, it's whatever the market says those items are worth on that particular day or minute/hour.
Gotcha. Next question. How do I decide how to withdraw from my IRA and my Roth for the best tax implications?
Chris?
Well, so we want to look at your collective retirement assets, how much money you have saved, how much you have in IRAs, you have employer plans, you may have accounts that are taxable and some that aren't, right? So you may want to draw from Social Security as well. So we want to look at all those assets collectively to make that decision on which account you're drawing from and how much, to make sure that you're maximizing your benefits from all of those accounts. So obviously it's no right answer to that question. It's really specific to your situation, but I can tell you the best way to go about doing that is by sitting down and looking at your collective assets together to see how you can do this distribution plan. So that is something that we can offer you here at Northwest. So if you like to sit down and talk about how to best do that, we can do that for you as well.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much. Next question. Is your service the same as the financial advisors there at NWFCU? And there, I'm not sure. So if you're talking about the quality of member service, absolutely. We have the same type of quality of service. If you're talking about products, then no, that there is that difference between a credit union IRA and an investment IRA. So I'm not sure, Sonia, if you wanted to clarify on that question as to what exactly you mean, but yeah, so this could be taken one of two ways. Another question, if I have both a traditional and a Roth 401k, can I roll both of them over to a Roth?
You can, it will cost you.
Yeah.
It will cost you coming and going. That's a taxable event. It's a taxable event, and you pay at your ordinary income rate in the year that you make that decision.
Okay.
So,
awesome. All right, excellent. We are at the end of the questions, unless you guys want to take a few more minutes and see if we got any more questions in. That was the extent of the questions I received beforehand. So I think we are good. We're awesome today. Yes. So now it is time for our raffle question, the moment of the day that I always wait for. Here's the question, and I think that you will have to answer it in the Q&A portion because last time the chat feature didn't work. So make sure you open up your question and answer window again and get your typing fingers ready. Here goes the question. How long does the beneficiary have to claim a non-spousal inherited IRA? First person to answer this question correctly will get a $25 Visa gift card along with some other things. Wow, we got the answers rolling in. Excellent.
Bragging rights.
Excellent. All right. And we have a winner, Carol. You are the winner, and I have your your registration. So I'll reach out to you to get your mail so I can get that out to you. And we got a lot of people are listening. Awesome.
Yes, that's
The
great.
answer, of course, is 10
good.
years. So that's
good.
awesome. Thank you guys so much
Yeah.
again for participating. And thank you, as always, to our dynamite duo, Chris and Joanna. They always do a wonderful job with these presentations. We certainly appreciate it. And you have on the screen now, you have Chris's email address. If you could scroll back, did we have a screen in the beginning that showed both of your email addresses? If we could just quickly go back to that so that people have both of your information, that would be amazing. Scrolling back. There we go. There we go. Excellent. So if you guys want to reach out to either one of our experts, Joanna or Chris, please feel free to do so. Of course, I'm also available. Let me type my email address here in the chat, and you can always reach out to me as well. And the recording of this webinar will be sent out to all registrants as always. So you will be receiving this that way as well. All right. Thank you again so much, guys, and you enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And thanks again to Chris and Joanna.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.